What is happening, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the pole position pod. We've got the Dutch Grand Prix review. We've to do it yesterday because these men had had some Paris bullshit that they had to do, but apologies about that. Oh, this guy, man.
Let's go.
One fucking
Paris.
Viva la
Paris.
Paris.
These guys had some Paris crap that they had to do on their show yesterday. Dodging priorities. But anyways, we are back live on the channel for the review of the race yesterday. Apologies that we had to delay it, but yeah. Anyways, Gusty.
It's better that we did it today, to be honest. Because if you did it yesterday, your channel would get shut down. The amount of anger you would have had. So
no, don't worry. I had the Liverpool Arsenal game. I felt even worse after the Liverpool.
I felt great. I felt great after that game.
I felt shit, bro. I hate seeing my biggest rivals win a game and then just going to sign 2 players the next day, man. I can't stand that. But anyways, guys, how you doing? All good?
Pretty good. Good.
Guys, what an unbelievable race yesterday. Lando Norris wins. Ferrari 2 and 3. I mean, it couldn't have gone much better, Ekevin, right? You and I are nailing that Lando prediction. Leah, you can check it out. I know you didn't watch the race, so you can check it out. What I'm saying is 100%.
Norris won. Piastri won.
Nah, bro, you're on Internet Explorer. You're on Firefox. I watched the beautiful race where Ferrari got 2 and 3. We are back. Lewis Hamilton first Ferrari podium. I enjoyed it. King, what'd you make of it? How'd you feel that your man Oscar Piastri?
If King plays along, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I'm not playing along. I'm not playing along. You know why I'm smiling? I'm smiling because the rookie of the year got a podium. Yeah, baby. Hadja the Badger, number 3. Let's go. And also, call me Mystic Mac. Lando who? Lando what? Lando gone.
Yeah.
Dream about your car. Oscar Piastri, maybe world champion, soon come. No, but in all seriousness, though, I feel sorry for Lando. It was sad to see that his car went the way it did. I feel sorry for Charles Leclerc. Rookie mistake by Kimi taking him out. And yeah, I don't really feel sorry for Hamilton. You should have known better. When it's raining, you don't really go too far on the edge. Obviously, your car, went. But come on, man. Rookie mistake right there. And you're a veteran. Outside of that, oh yeah, I feel sorry for Carlos Sainz. Because I don't know how he got 10 seconds when Liam Lawson crashed him. But outside of that, man, I'm happy, man. I'm happy that Adja got his first podium. Is capping off a great season as he has had. Obviously, Verstappen doing what he does, being the best of the rest outside of the McLarens, getting that second. Obviously, it would have been a third, but Lando had his incident at the end, and Oscar Piastri, dominant first Grand Slam, pole position, fastest lap, dominated every lap, first in every lap, and he won the race. Grand Slam Oscar, Mr. Cool. Every time you thought someone was going to catch him up, he ran away with it. Every time there was a safety car, he ran away. And Lando couldn't catch him. Max couldn't catch him. No one could catch him today. So for your future world champion, the true McLaren number 1, Oscar Piastri, I salute you. Brilliant race. And say something about Lando now.
Yo, King, can you just call
me? I'm always right.
Can you just call me when you're done with the Lando stuff?
Imagine celebrating. Imagine saying you feel bad for someone's car breaking down, and then a few seconds.
Guys, can you just call me when these two are done yapping about Lando? I'll be back then.
You want me to yap about something else? You want me to yap about this as well? Let's go.
No, but on all seriousness, this could be a big turning point for Lando's season. The way he looked dejected after he got out of the car. Hopefully, it doesn't do too bad to his mental, because that could be the difference between him winning the title this year and not. And to have no points in a race weekend like this one, and not be your own fault, and it be the car's engine going. Yeah, man, it was sad to see. I'm gonna lie to you, as a Lando hater, it was sad to see, because I wanted him to lose the right way, and that's not the right way to lose. And yeah, I've seen some of the greats lose that way. Even Lewis Hamilton himself lost to Nico Rosberg's in that way where his car kept breaking down. He kept getting DNFs, and he ended up losing that title when he should have won it. So, Lando, pick your head up. I may be a hater, but I'm also an honest person. You had a brilliant race too. It just wasn't Oscar Piastri level because he's on a different level. And congrats to him as well. Anyway, I'm done.
Damn.
Oh, that was the most painful 5
God,
minutes
that was a
we've had
masterclass.
on this
Oh my
F1
God.
channel.
Oh.
J. Jones, is
So
J. Jones your
painful.
burner account, King? Is he a
No.
burner account?
No.
I'm
Big,
just kidding.
big up to Jay Jones anyway.
I'm just kidding. Big up J. Jones. Big up, bro.
All right, Ekevin, should I take it on next, or do you want to hold your hands up?
Oh wait, let you go first.
All right. So the race that I watched was Lando 1, Ferrari 2 and 3, but apparently that didn't happen. That happened in my dreams, unfortunately, and the truth is the truth. The fact of the matter is, King, you're right. I did say at the beginning of the season that Oscar Piastri is the most composed driver in the grid. And I did say this contrary to everyone's belief. So I can take a little bit of credit there. However, one thing that I won't take credit for is it is a tragedy. As King said, Oscar and Lando were neck and neck. There's no denying in terms of pure ability and mentality combined, when you add those two variables in to see their capabilities this season, they're neck and neck, right? The points don't lie, the race wins don't lie, the podiums don't lie. And what we wanted to the end of the season is, because the Constructors' Championship is a foregone conclusion, the casket is closed, McLaren have had the most dominant Constructors' Championship since Mercedes this decade, hands down, no debate, no discussion, no dialogue. What would save this season and still make it iconic, unforgettable, and memorable would be a title fight between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Irrespective of whether we think they're as good as Max, Senna, Lauda, whoever it is, we still wanted a neck-and-neck title fight all the way to Brazil, to Vegas, to Abu Dhabi. And the one thing that we wanted along the way was on merit, dictating the fate of their own destiny, right? If Oscar's going to win, be on merit because he beat Lando on track. If Lando's going to win, because he beat Oscar on track. But unfortunately, Formula One, just like life, it's an allegory. It's cruel. It's tough. It's dark. It's dangerous. You don't get what you want, sometimes not out of choice, but out of force. And today, the difference between a Lando Norris win yesterday would have been a 2-point gap to the championship. But because Lando failed to finish and Oscar won the race, it's a 40-point gap. And that could be the world of a difference in the title race. I'm not saying it's over, far from it. A couple of DNFs, the championship swings back in favor. But because Oscar Piastri is calm, cool, collected, personified on steroids, the only way that Lando really wins, even if he finishes first in every race till the end of the season, is if Oscar fucks up. And the odds of that are super unlikely. So the takeaway from the Dutch Grand Prix, which was epic, enthralling, right, from minute 1 to minute 1, there was drama, whether it was a weather standpoint all the way to a strategic standpoint. But it's a shame. As King said, we're getting a repeat of Malaysia 2016, where Hamilton, Rosberg neck and neck and neck. But if it wasn't for the mechanical failure, things could have gone differently. And Lando Norris, while he hasn't been amazing, he's still been in the fight. But that fight, he's handicapped. And what was looking to be a special ending is no longer that.
Liam, McLaren.
Let me just think where I should start off.
Obviously,
What you're saying?
Oscar.
But I'm gonna start with, if you don't mind, I'm gonna point out Isaac Hadjar's performance. I don't know how to say it in a way that I can understand it myself. Yeah, he basically impressed Helmut Marko, and you could see that Helmut Marko was congratulating Isaac on his P3 podium at the Dutch Grand Prix. I mean, one thing is that we could look forward to, could this mean that he gets a promotion to Red Bull? We don't know yet, but we do know that he is now under Helmut's radar. He performed impressively, indubitably, amazingly, perfect to perfection, where he did not make any mistakes, and he proved to himself that he can get that Red Bull seat from Yuki Tsunoda. In my opinion, I don't think Yuki deserves to be with Red Bull at this point anymore, because he's a good driver, but Isaac has proven to be a better driver than him, even though that he's on a different level, and I don't think Yuki can match the level that Isaac's at right now. But maybe by 2026, before the new season starts, we could see Isaac in a Red Bull uniform. But overall, I think what happened to Lando Norris was devastating. But the fact that Oscar Piastri showed and told Max Verstappen on the track that he's someone that you should not mess with. He proved it. You saw what he did. He made 0 mistakes. Well, the good thing is that Max got a P2 podium in his home race. But overall, for Ferrari, it's kind of devastating, to be honest. But the way that you could see that Leclerc he crashed because he was, how can I say? He had understeer and he had a tire lock which caused him to crash into the side of turn 4, turn 5. But what happened to Lewis Hamilton, I think he was just too aggressive and he braked way too late. So that caused him to hit the side. But what Kimi Antonelli did to, who did Kimi hit into? Was it Russell? Leclerc, yeah. Kimi hit into Leclerc. And the fact that he went to the Ferrari motorhome proved that he's one of those drivers who tells the other driver that he hit, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And you even heard what Leclerc said. He was too aggressive. He was way too aggressive. It could have ended worse for him. But he's a young kid, so at least Leclerc had to accept the apology because he's still a young kid. I mean, regardless of what age, but that was really nice of Kimi. Yep, that's all I have to say.
As for me, look, I like Kimi.
Shit.
I really do, and I'm not gonna be one of those guys to be like, "Oh, Kimi Antonelli, you're a piece of shit." Oh, you're this. No, it was a heat in the moment. It was a heat in the moment sort of thing. You know what I mean? I think it was. I think when Charles Leclerc came from behind, Kimi tried to make a move, and it just collided with his wheel, and that's when the race for Charles Leclerc ended. That's when Charles Leclerc's race ended. I think it was the wheel to wheel collision. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Gustia, broski.
Charles was ahead. It was Kimi who came from behind.
No, but even then, it was the wheel to wheel incident.
It was on that weird corner, where it has like that kind of sloping. So Charles was on the outside.
Was it where Charles Leclerc overtook George Russell? Was it the same corner?
No, it was the first. It was the first corner after, because he came out from the pit stop because they both pitted to soft tires. Charles was ahead of him because obviously they pitted to cover Kimi because Kimi went onto the soft tires. Charles was just ahead. Kimi came around that same kind of corner, and because Kimi got understeer, he didn't stay to the left hand side. He didn't stay to the inside. His front right touched the back of Charles's back left, and he spun him, and he spun Charles, and then Kimi got a puncture as well, so it ended Charles's race. Kimi had to go around and then go into the pit stop to get a new set of tires. Then he got a penalty because it was him, because what he should have done is stayed to the inside and gave more space. But yeah, Charles couldn't do anything because there was no more space on the track. It was Kimi's rookie mistake. He thought he could stay on the inside, but he understeered onto Charles, and then, yeah, man, both of them lost out because of that. If he kind of just stayed inside, then nothing would have happened. But it's one of those ones. It's just a racing incident in the end of the day. And it comes from obviously both of them trying to fight for position after both pit stopping again into the soft tires. Which in the end didn't work out for either driver. And then so bad day for both of them, really.
Yeah, I hear it, bro. Honestly, but still, rookie mistake. Should be doing better, but still, like at the end of the day, he's still a young kid, gonna learn from this. But even then, Charles Leclerc should have known that maybe he could have let Kimi past him. To be fair.
No, Charles Leclerc couldn't do nothing in that position. He had no space. He was on the outside. It was his corner because he was ahead. So Charles had no fault in that incident whatsoever. It was all Kimi. It was 100% Kimi. Charles was a sitting duck, basically. That's what he was. What Kimi should have done is backed up from Charles and let him take that corner. and maybe try to beat him in the next lap because they were on similar tires. Obviously, Kimi was hungry to get that position because he thought he undercutted him. But yeah, it's just one of those ones where, you learn from those. You learn from those. Next time, maybe back off a little and try get him later down the race.
Ekevin, 15 minutes into the show and no Ferrari rant. What is going on?
Why should I do a Ferrari rant? That was not Charles Leclerc's fault that he got.
No, I mean in general, no talk about Ferrari. The Ferrari superfan.
That wasn't Charles Leclerc's.
No. I know, but like, I'm expecting a Ferrari rant of how can things get from worse to worse to worse? Because every single weekend, by choice or by force, whether it's their fault or not, somehow they invent new ways to fuck up. Like, it seems like Ferrari are cursed. I was waiting for that for you, but
yeah, but it wasn't a Ferrari issue. Both of them were individual.
No. I guys, I completely am on your side. It is 110% Kimi Antonelli's fault. I think he has, as Liam said, he has held his hands up and accepted accountability. But from a content,
no, but I'm talking about the Lewis Hamilton incident as well. Lewis Hamilton incident was his fault as well. So you can't blame the team for one racing incident where another driver takes your driver out, and another incident where your own driver makes a mistake. If anything, the rant should be on Sir Lewis Hamilton for making that mistake.
Although, let me just play devil's advocate. Charles did say on the radio right after Kimi rammed into him that they shouldn't have pit. Ferrari shouldn't have pit, and his tires were fine before. So that is the only strategy area where Ferrari could have improved. But apart from that, yeah, I completely agree with you. It was Kimi Antonelli's fault, and for Lewis Hamilton, it was unlucky and also just unfortunate.
Yeah, I do agree with Jay Jones in terms of if we were talking about qualifying, then you could run at Ferrari. It wasn't good enough in quali.
Yeah, qualifying was poor by them, honestly. They needed to finish in the top 3 or 4 in order to have a chance of maybe even not winning, but getting in a podium place. Fair play to Isaac Hadjar. Fair play to him. I thought he did very, very well. I thought he's kind of cemented himself. He's done well this season so far. And Kimi Rookie of the Year, I think that's gone away from him now. I think
he still has the opportunity to get that back. There's still races.
Yeah, but King, contextually, the odds of that are super slim. He has struggled to make it to Q3 more times than not.
That car it's pretty much sealed already. The fact that you're racing for for a car that's not even up there in terms of one of the best, but you're still getting results. You're still getting decent points. You're still looking strong on the grid. I think this is Rookie of the Year for me, Isaac Hadjar now. I've completely switched. I think I've completely changed my mind on the Rookie of the Year. This Isaac Hadjar performance seals it for me.
Can I just say something real quick on that?
Go on.
I mean, King, as much as I agree with you, there's still a chance. We are over 70% in the season. We're 15 races in. I think there are 9 left. The majority of the season is done. And Kimi Antonelli is 125 points behind George Russell. That's not a tiny margin. That's actually a historic margin, even for a rookie, I would say, apart from the Red Bull teams, which we won't count because it's Team Max versus a completely different car. And Hadjar is closer to Kimi than Kimi is to any of the top 4 teams. So I think Kimi Antonelli has been great, but there have been too many errors this season. And as much as he's young, we're not attacking him personally. We're merely criticizing him professionally. There are too many times on this show we have said, oh, he's young, he'll learn, which is great. But I would even go as far as to say Kimi Antonelli isn't in the Rookie of the Year conversation yet because Gabby Bortoleto, Key Talks' man, has definitely been better. Behrman has shown better place qualifying-wise in terms of excelling. And obviously, Hadjar the Badger has been supremely consistent since Australia. So on Kimi Antonelli, I don't think the worry is Rookie of the Year. I think the worry is surviving for your seat next season. Because
I think he stays with that seat, though. I don't think they change.
I think there is a real possibility, because their contracts haven't been signed and sealed yet. We know Toto Wolff is a businessman. 4 months from next season, he doesn't have either driver signed. There is something going on behind the scenes, and there is always the possibility that Kimi Antonelli could be replaced or downgraded to a sister team in the short term, which is something Kimi Antonelli obviously wouldn't want. So I'm just raising the possibility that Kimi Antonelli, because he's had errors, you talk about Austria with Max, you talk about yesterday with Charles, you talk about failing to make Q3 more times than I have fingers. I love Kimi, but when you're at Mercedes, the team that is expected to be favorites next year, don't expect the unexpected. Like, anything can happen.
I disagree with some of it. I don't think he'll lose his seat. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that'd be very silly of Mercedes to put him in a sister team that won't be anywhere anyway, because that will just waste his development. I think if I'm Mercedes, I think you look to try and have stability. And the thing is, if Max is available, I don't really think he goes to Mercedes if it's George on the other seat. I don't think it happens. I don't think he likes him personally, and I don't think he wants to be in the same garage as a person like that. So if you're Mercedes, there is not really anyone you can get in that would be better than Kimi at the moment that isn't attached to another team. Out of the rookies, right? So the top 2 rookies for me, outside of Kimi, have been and Bortoleto. I think Bortoleto's been okay, but Bortoleto's in a weaker car. But the 2 ones that have been standout for me personally has been obviously Hadger the Badger and Behrman. Even in this race, Behrman started at the back. He started from the pit and finished 6th. To go from 20th to 6th as a rookie in a Haas, that shows the level of driver he is as well. And he's shown in the Ferrari that if he's given the right car, he can get points as well. So it's for me, I feel like Kimi has still got a lot of potential. I wouldn't doubt him yet. He has the potential to have a good race, to get a podium. He has the speed, and it's just, I feel like that the car at times isn't good enough. And also you have to realize this: if it isn't McLaren, Q3 isn't guaranteed. If it isn't McLaren, Q3 isn't guaranteed. I feel like from 3rd to 20th, you can finish anywhere on any given weekend, just because of how close the rest are. I don't think there's a gap from like the second best team to the worst team. That's why you see races where Ferraris aren't getting. If there was a gap, Ferrari would be 3rd and 4th in terms of quality week on week out, but they aren't, even though they're the second best car in terms of overall package. But that's how close the rest are. McLaren is in their own world. Verstappen does Verstappen things, and then the rest, it can happen. So, yeah, I feel like there's been times where Lewis has gone out of Q1 and Q2. Like, I think this season is a very strange one to kind of look at, because there's so many rookies in the grid at the same time, and also it's an end of a cycle. So the cars are closer than ever, and most teams have stopped kind of developing for this car and are starting to develop for the next car. So you're not going to see the full potential of these drivers until next season. So I think you have to look more till next season to see if these drivers are as good as we think they are, because then next season it's a new reg, it's a fresh start. They'll get they won't be as close to each other as possible. So maybe you'll get to maybe see the best of Kimi with a better car under his wing, especially with the Mercedes engine. You may see him even have the potential to even beat George in the same car, just because of how good he can be. So I think, yeah, there's been a lot of mistakes, but I'm happy he's making this mistakes in this first season, because even some of the greats, including the one that you say is the best right now, Max Verstappen, made a lot of mistakes in his rookie seasons. So it happens, and we'll see who will be the best rookie in the future. Obviously, Hadger's my man, so I'm back in the Hadger train. So if you weren't there from the start, you can't get on. It's already taken off, and it's already beaten your favorite rookie anyway. So the Hadger train, the Hadger the Badger train, the new Ricardo, yeah, man. I like him, so he's gonna be my one. Obviously, some people like Bearman. If you like Bearman, that's a why. But still, Oliver Bearman might be your choice. And yeah, you may be down with Kimmy. You may be Bortoletto, and I don't think who's the other rookies. Lawson and Colopinto ain't gonna be here next season, and Lawson's here nor there. So
I can confirm that Fernando Alonso will be here next year. That's
oh yeah, man. Well, great rookie.
But
Great.
real quick thing, let me just say 110% agree with everything you said. Let me clarify. I meant that's a great perspective. It is actually a beautiful perspective saying if you're apart from McLaren, anything can happen. You're right, because no car is 110% safe in Q3 unless you're McLaren. But on Kimi Antonelli, do I think he will be replaced this year? No. I think his seat is all but guaranteed, not because of his own performances and his own project, rather because the driver market, there's nothing there. Because Max Verstappen is confirmed to stay, I think he will be safe. But if Max Verstappen was going to leave Red Bull, if he was actually considering leaving Red Bull this year, I absolutely do think it would have been Max and George. And King, to your point that Max not wanting to be with George, I don't think Max gives a shit. I think what Max gives a shit about is performance and backing. And he will get both of those in abundance from Total Wolff. Max can be anywhere, but as long as he has the machinery that can mirror and match the man's ability, he'll be fine. I think he would go to Mercedes if they were the best constructor, or he would go to Aston Martin if they were the best constructor. But I think Kimi Antonelli, guys in the chat, I think he will stay this year. I think next year, if Mercedes have the car that can compete for championships, if he does not be within range of George Russell in terms, or at least on the podium, in the grand scheme of things across the season, many podiums, I think there is a potentiality that he could be replaced at least to a sister team in the short term. That's all I'm saying. But I think long term, guys, the plan is Max Verstappen and Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes, because that's what Niki Lauda wanted, and that's what Total Wolff's wet dream has always been. And I'm not a Kimi Antonelli doubter. If you've been watching the show, I've been talking about him for a long time, since the beginning. I love Kimi Antonelli. I think he's this generation's Max Verstappen. I think he's Lewis Hamilton. I think he's Ayrton Senna. I really think his potential is that high. But if you're at Mercedes, you don't have the luxury or liberty of a Lawson, a Hadjar, a Bortoletto, of having underwhelming performances because you're thrown in the spotlight. Ekevin, it's like being at Man United. If you are a young player and you don't play well in the first team, you will be loaned out. That's just the harsh, brutal truth about it. Whereas if you were in a mid-table team or a lower league team, like Leeds, for example, right? A relegation fodder team. Like, who gives a shit about Leeds, right, Ekevin?
Yeah.
If you are at Leeds and you're a young player, you will have time. There'll be a little bit more patience. With Kimi, it's a little bit more cutthroat. So I completely agree with you, King, but it's never 100% at a team that is solely aspiring to reign supreme.
I disagree. One race, one's better. Can make something better. Yuki is still by far better for me, as he consistently did better at Red Bull. But Isaac's still a rookie and needs time. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think Isaac should go Red Bull next year, personally.
Don't think so.
Really? Where do you believe he should stay for another year?
At Racing Bulls, yes.
Okay. So would you want Red Bull to have a little bit more stability before he goes?
Yes, a little bit. Also, to know what the car level is, because a lot of the time when a rookie goes into the Red Bull car, like Yuki, like Gasly, like Albon, because the car's so unstable and so built for Max, if you can't handle that, it makes you look like a worse driver than you actually are. But then if you see what Albon's doing now, what Gasly's doing now, if he moves to a new team, what he will do, these are great drivers, and you see it after the fact. So I don't think Red Bull's second seat is a very stable seat. So I think you need Hadjar to be stable in Racing Bulls for at least a season or two.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a stable seat. It's a subservient seat. It's subservient to. That's what it is. King, that's a very good point. I agree with you here. But I would say that Lauren Mekis, I guess, is the X factor. Because
if he stays.
That's a good point, too. If he does stay and the rhetoric does align with the results here, then he's obviously made it abundantly clear that he aims to prioritize both drivers equally. But again, with Max Verstappen and the power struggle there, I don't see how you can do that. Like I literally don't see how you can do that. So, I'll just say this again when it comes to Red Bull. They should have really allowed Mercedes to cash in, and they should have focused on building a project with Hadjar and someone like a Carlos Sainz, because that could have been something that grows you to a dynasty. I know, Ekevin, you were really on Red Bull's ass, telling them sign Carlos Sainz this season here, right? You were saying it when Sergio Perez was there.
Yeah.
Right, you were on the forefront of that campaign. So I don't know. I just think it is for Red Bull. I think Max is the best driver in the grid. I've said that I think he's potentially the best driver ever. Not the greatest, that's Lewis, but I think he's potentially the best driver ever. But yeah, just mismatch in priorities and principles. And Kimi Raikkonen is gone.
He did message me about. It's all good. Lost control of the car. He was too hungry. F1 lobby settings.
You know what else reminded me of an F1 game?
Yeah. What?
The Charles Leclerc George Russell overtake that we didn't mention at all. That was sick, bro.
Yeah, we did. We'll mention that in just a little bit. Let me get to the comments real quick though. Ferrari kind of performed low this weekend. Q3 was kind of okay, but man, overall weekend, Lewis' fault and Kimi fault for the sudden end to the weekend. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Lewis Hamilton should have done better in that sense. Augustia is trying to say how out of the 20 drivers it had to be Ferrari. It was driver error from Hamilton and unlucky for Leclerc. Yeah, it was unlucky from Leclerc. You can't really blame Leclerc.
Yeah, hey, Tifosi, big up for that. Thank you. Thank you for echoing that. That was my point earlier. My point wasn't roasting Ferrari. I'm not going to do that. I agree with you guys. I was just saying from a content perspective, alongside the chat, I'm sure we were waiting for you to rip into them, because that is our daily.
If you have to roast Ferrari, please do it.
I have nothing to roast them. I just think we'll see next year. I'll roast them next year.
We mustn't get too carried away with Hadjar. I agree with this one. 100%.
Good point too. Stay pragmatic.
100%. His performance was solid. Isaac stole Lewis Aura and
don't think he did, man.
Young needs time. Blame Tota for his entire mess. Kimi won't go to 2027 when he gets Max. Kimi won't leave until 2027. I think he's trying to say.
Jay, I don't think Kimi would be replaced for Max. I feel like it would be George. I think Kimi, if he's going to stay that long, they're going to keep him, and George will be replaced by Max.
Kimi will be at Merc. You guys are forgetting Kimi, and Kimi skipped F3. This is basically his Formula 2 season. I'm not worried about Kimi. His season at Merc is his learning year. Maybe it is. It's between Behrman and Rafa Kamara for the Ferrari seat. Ooh. Really? I don't see that happening, to be honest. I think Ollie Behrman gets it anyways.
I think he's.
I don't see Rafa getting it. I only think Ollie Behrman gets it.
Yeah, I think Ollie Behrman is a shoo-in unless he has a crazily unprecedented year with Haas.
No, but the thing is, like, he's already the Ferrari. Like, he's already contracted to Ferrari, no? At the same time, so you can't. He's a big guy who will be.
No, he's in their academy, Ekevin. But obviously, Ferrari can pick whether they want him to be their driver or not.
I'd like to Bortoleto at Red Bull. It's an unpopular opinion. Just imagine if he puts off the unthinkable. Yes, I know it will never happen. It's just make dream scenario. Wow. Bortoleto Red Bull would be funny. It would be very, very funny.
Get this man to be the Formula 1 scriptwriters. Key, that is an unbelievable shout. I know you're obviously biased. I know you work for Gabby Bortoleto, but man, that would be an unbelievable shout. Bortoleto would be that guy. It would be Bortoleto and Hadjar in a few years to lead Red Bull. Sick.
He says Behrman is hype job. I expect Paul Aaron at Alpine next year. He should already be in F1. Who is he, by the way? Paul Aaron.
I'm laughing because I was thinking of Breaking Bad. Walter White, Aaron Paul. I was thinking of that one. Obviously not Bryan Cranston.
Especially when the grid is separated by 0.7 seconds. Agreed, King. Big up Mr. Joshy J. Big up to you, bro. Make sure you guys go sub to his channel as well. Mr. Joshy J. Kimi to Mercedes is how Leclerc is to Ferrari, the team project. That could be true, you know. That could be true.
It is.
That could be true. But guys, make sure you guys slap the likes. Make sure you guys are hitting subscribe as well. We're getting ever so closer to 430 subs, guys. Keep subbing to the channel. Let's keep growing as we go. Apologies for the unoriginal StreamYard settings today. I will sort that out in the next few shows. But big up to everyone who's tuned in so far. But guys, continue to like button. In terms of obviously yesterday or 2 days ago, yesterday. Ferrari, McLaren, they had one of the most unluckiest races you could possibly say. McLaren and Ferrari, both unlucky races, aside from obviously Oscar Piastri, who is probably their main man at the moment. Isaac Hadjar's had a brilliant race. Max Verstappen, I can't lie to you, once again, bailed out with his bad car, but his elite mindset got him over the line once again. His elite level mindset got him over the line. And this is where I ask, if Ferrari are going to really look at this mindset of McLaren and Red Bull next year and be like, are we going to improve? Are we going to upgrade? Because all I see is just pure talk and no action from these guys. We've written off the whole season now, and next season, if you really don't go with the how would you say it? If you really don't go with
if you don't succeed.
No, it's not succeed. If you can't go according to the new rules or the new features, the new
regulations.
The new regulations. If you can't get used to it, then you can't succeed next year. So this is where I ask Ferrari, start questioning yourself, start looking at yourself, be like, how are we going to improve next year? Because you've written off this whole entire season. You now have your first DNF the whole season. This is your first DNF the whole season, double DNF the whole season. Are you going to go to Monza, and are you going to go to are you going to go to Monza and perform? We shall see, because I found it a very interesting stat. The last time a Ferrari had a DNF before Monza was 1998, I think. And guess what happened? The following race, Ferrari got the 1 and 2 in Monza.
Wow.
This is the last time it happened was in 1998. So listen, let's hope it happens. Let's hope it does happen. But obviously, like you said, do I think Isaac Hadjar should be in the Red Bull seat next year? Probably not. Don't think he's ready for the Red Bull seat. I think it should just be Max and somebody else. I don't think Yuki is even ready for the Red Bull seat. As Kai said that he is still better than, and what do you call? He's still better than Isaac Hadjar. Well, show it next race.
No, he is still better than Hadjar. He has been the standout guy in racing longest time.
I think Hadjar will overtake him very, very easily.
No. I completely agree. If the potential is lived and it continues to develop the way it is, there's no reason why Hadjar can't be a world champion. Finish. And this point from Key is 100% correct. It's perspective. The same with Bottas in a way. Right, Bottas' stock has risen, not just because he hasn't been on the grid in a while, because nostalgia and revisionism happens, and he is a very good driver. I mean, he's the only driver to have 100% Q3 rate in a Mercedes car, but it's that, right? It's perspective. And I think Perez and Bottas are very underrated, but they're also victims of being in the same car with a driver that is among the best of the best ever. That's the problem. That is the problem. And also, had they not been in a car with Max and Lewis, who knows? Their stock could have been much higher. I mean, look at Perez at Racing Point. We all remember that iconic race in Bahrain, and then Bottas wins before Mercedes. So they both are very impressive drivers with potential, and we'll see the best number twos. Can they make a number one happen? I don't know.
We shall see. Perez stock has only risen because of how crap Lawson and Yuki have been. That's true. That is true, in my opinion. I agree with that. Delulu hitting hard after the fact. No, it's true. It's a fact. Ferrari had a 1 and 2 after finishing double DNF in Monza in the race before Monza. The last time I think it was in
Yeah, but Ekevin, as Tifosi's preceding comment, the next comment, the most recent one he put, Hamilton's DNF wasn't the worst part about this weekend. It was also the fact that his weekend next week is jeopardized.
Yeah,
the home with Ferrari
as well. 5 grid penalty as well.
5 grid place penalty, which is a nightmare.
The last time for DNF for Monza, they took 1 and 2 as revenge. 1998 at Spa.
Was it Schumi?
Yeah, Schumacher.
Schumi and Rubens.
Rubens Borsaletto.
Barrichello, yes.
Barrichello, sorry.
It's okay, I would have said the same thing. BB, who gives a shit, bro?
Barrichello.
Same thing. Brazil,
yeah, that's true, but don't think it'll happen this time. Obviously, I don't see it at all. I don't see Ferrari even being in contention for a race win next race. I think it'll just be a same old regular, same old crap. Five grid penalty is gonna hurt Lewis Hamilton, so he better finish it in Q3. He better finish in Q3.
It's shades of, guys. Do you remember Lewis's race? Was it 22 or 23 where he started 18th and he went from back to the top, top of the grid area? It was one of his best races that year.
Yeah.
So could be shades of that.
Need to put on a strong home race. Agreed, 100%. And Hamilton's DNF wasn't enough, so you got 5 grid penalty from Monza. There you go. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. As for Lando, it's such a shame that obviously his engine broke down in such a fashion that you wouldn't expect it to happen. The pits. Could you question the pit stops? Could you question the engineers yesterday for not helping him properly, for not fixing his car in the right manner? Because how do you after the pit stop allow your car to break down straight away?
Who, Lando?
Yeah.
No. I can 110% confirm to you that Lando Norris takes no responsibility for that incident. I think even his biggest hater, King, would agree with that. There is no way.
I'm not saying Lando Norris takes responsibility. I'm saying his engineers take responsibility for it.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a pit stop, but
I'll bear with 1 minute. Yeah, you guys continue first.
King, it's confirmed. Is it oil leak confirmed? Right? I think.
Yeah, I think it was an engine issue. I swear.
So that's a Mercedes issue. Isn't that a Mercedes issue?
Yeah, I think. Let me see. Laurent DNF. What was it about?
Mercedes. You guys keep screwing up neck and neck title fights. Why? Would that be a problem for next year? Who knows?
Is there any update on what it was? Does anyone know? I know it was to do with his engine. His engine started going, but
which would be Mercedes' fault, right? Because they're the supplier.
Yeah. Oh, it was an oil leak.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's an oil leak. It's oil. So what does that mean? Does that mean that something came out of the engine, or something, or
it's an engine-related issue then? So Mercedes have to take blame.
Yeah, either that or something the team did when building the car that led, or something jigged, or he kind of, I don't know.
Let me check.
Until they do a full-on investigation, we won't really know who is at fault for it. But yeah, it's just an unfortunate one because the oil leak is out of his hands. It's a crazy one, though.
Yeah, and I mean, let me just add, as much as Oscar probably would have won the race, Lando was quick. He didn't have clean air, and he was closing in, and by the end of it, he was within a second of Oscar. So you never know if it went to the wire. Like, he could have genuinely won the race, even though Zandvoort, it is tougher to overtake Zandvoort than it is most places. So I don't know. I thought Lando had momentum after Monaco. He won in Monaco. I think he won 4 of the 7 races after Monaco. or at least most of them, right? Because he won Austria, he won Silverstone, he won Hungary. Lando's been in the richer vein of form. The issue is at the beginning of the season, Lando was making too many mistakes after Melbourne. Mistake after mistake, mishap after mishap, not finishing on the podium. Look at what happened in Jeddah, for example. He has been resolute. If we saw this Rando, I read Rand the man in the chat. Big up to you, man. If Lando had this mental resilience, he would have easily been favorite for the championship. But I guess, King, ultimately, I think Lando's Achilles heel, as we've all discussed, is not his ability. I think it's his mentality. And having that much pressure at the beginning of the season, even in interviews before the season, when George Russell went up to him and said, dude, you're the favorite for this year, Lando was like, no, I'm not. Of course I'm not. Like, Lando has always taken a pessimistic stance when it comes to this title fight. So at least the most important thing for Lando is if he's not going to win this year, the positive is next year, the pressure isn't as high. And also, I guess there's nothing to lose and everything to gain.
No, I think he'll, because put it this way, big up Bossa Blue, big up Mr. Joshua J, Random Man, everyone inside. I feel like when it comes to this season, it's one of those ones where both those drivers have to think that it could be my last opportunity to win a world title. That's what they have to think like, because they can't guarantee that their team's going to be the number one in when the new regulations come in. So for either driver, it could be the only chance they ever win a world championship. That's what you have to look at this season like. So every kind of mistake, every kind of hindrance, that's why Lando probably took it so badly, because he knows that you never know when you're going to have the best car on the grid again, especially with all the changes, Mercedes engine, and etc. etc. It's all turning to maybe Mercedes Works team or Aston Martin maybe being up there, or even the Ferrari. So McLaren can't bank on the fact that they will be the best come next year, because it's not the same car again and again. If they had this car from the start of a regulation, then maybe Lando might think, okay, cool, yeah, man, I can get it next year. But there may be no next year. And sometimes that one creates a legacy for you. Nico Rosberg, Kimi Raikkonen. Not many drivers win world championships. And there's drivers that should have won world championships that didn't, like a Danny Rick. So Lando and Oscar have to look at this as a golden opportunity, a golden ticket to put yourself in the history books. When people ask, who won the world championship in this year? They're going to say your name. You'll be cemented.
Yeah, but I think the only caveat behind that is, and this plays into your point, King, about Lando being a bum. I'm not going to use the word bum because I don't think he's a bum. I just think he's underperforming, and he has the capacity to win a world championship. If Lando Norris thinks like that at the beginning of next year, he's going to be tight. It's like when you're in tennis, for example, when a player is tight and when they're not loose, they're going to be more prone to making unforced errors. And for Lando next season, he needs to go into it being like, it's perspective at the end of the day. He's not a driver like Max, where it's like the more pressure there is, the greater I perform. He's Lando Norris, and he needs to think that everyone is backing him. The pressure is not on him. He has nothing to lose and everything to gain. That's how Lando has to think psychologically, and the experience of competing at a title against the greatest driver of your generation and against your teammate is done. You've had that. Now you have to take all that knowledge and win next year. And he can do that. And I think he 100% can do that because he's a better driver in the wets, in my opinion. His quality pace has been insane at times. And his race pace, we've seen it. When he is not the favorite, he can excel. Like, take a look. The moment he wasn't the favorite in this championship, boom, wins, even wheel to wheel. Even the toughest circuits on the season, right, on the calendar. So we will see what will happen with Lando Norris. But King, I must say, unless Oscar DNFs, I think this championship, I'm going to say one hand is in Oscar Piastri.
He has one hand on it.
Yeah.
It is going to take a lot for Lando to get this back. He is going to need for Oscar to have an unlucky moment, pretty much. A bad race.
Isn't it crazy how Oscar has the same amount of wins as Mark Webber? I mean, obviously, I know he was with Sebastian Vettel, so it's a bit different. But Still, it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Moto
but
J.
multi 21 said multi 21, so you should have had maybe one more. You should have one more. But you know, Seb was that's the thing. When you're the number 2 driver, you're not going to get the wins. So
Yeah.
this is the thing. This is the other thing Lando has to think about is that he's meant to be the number 1 driver in this team. He's the more experienced guy, and he got let down by his car this season, but or for this race specifically, and along a lot of the times in this season he let himself down with his mentality. But I would say this: the last 2 races before this, he was good, and he needs to think that maybe that mistake could happen. So he needs to win every race up towards the end of the season. He needs to start winning, and hope that Oscar has that one bad moment.
It's in his hands now. He's top by 40. He's definitely got to see it through now, because he's got how many races left? Like 9 races to go. I think 9 left.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Surely now you've got to see it through.
Well, look, Lando.
You've got Monza, you've got Singapore, you've got
tough races, Interlagos. Anything can happen there.
Yeah, you've got
but it's not over though. It's only 40 points. It's not that much.
If Oscar doesn't win the World Championship, I'll be.
It's not that much.
But hey, if you're Lando, season's not over yet, and this is where legends are made. Like if you can overturn a 40-point deficit and Oscar Piastri stays at the same level, I think it would be a very memorable and compelling title victory, right, King? Because to do it,
it would be.
Sometimes like Saudi Arabia, as in when Saudi Arabia beat Argentina at the World Cup, can be a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Although obviously, guys, I'm not comparing that, because Lionel Messi is infinitely better than Lando Norris by every metric.
Yeah, but put it this way: the reason why I disrespect Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and George Russell is not because I hate them as people. It's because I want to. In my mind, they need to prove me wrong. They're drivers that have the capability of being world champions, but they aren't yet. Why is that? Is that for the car? Is that them? Is that the opportunities that they've gotten? Who knows? But Lando has an opportunity now to make that. To make me wrong, to say, okay, if I get the car, I can be a world champion. Because right now, I don't believe if any of those guys got the car, they can be world champion. They got to prove me wrong, and until they prove me wrong, I'm right. So that's how I look at it with those 3 guys.
Norris was flat out on the throttle even when the smoke started. You can just hear the engine cut out.
Hold up, Can I just interject real quick?
Yeah, go on, of course.
Before we lose chain of this thought, King, I'm not sure. Maybe I misheard you. I probably did. I don't. Apart from Lando, which actually no, Lando has had a season to win the championship before. Fine. I don't think George and Charles have ever had the opportunity to compete for a championship. They've had race-winning cars. Charles Leclerc has had a championship-winning car for around 4, 5, 6 races, but I don't think he's ever had a car that can win a championship from start to finish. I don't think so.
He's had cars that could have competed, but he made mistakes himself.
I think 2022 up until maybe Hungary.
Yeah.
At max, if we're being lenient, but that's like halfway of the season. I don't think you can say that's make or break, because Ferrari's that point.
For me it is because in the end of the day, I'm a very harsh critic of these drivers. In the end of the day, I know that they have the ability to become world champions. That's my thing. And listen, when you get the opportunity to become a world champion, like Lando Norris, obviously the other 2 hasn't, but Lando Norris has the opportunity to become a world champion.
Yeah, of course. Lando Norris still
has to take it.
He has to overcome 2 races now. He's got to win back to back races in a row only in order for him to get back to where he should be. In order to get back to the top, in order to get back to where he needs to be, he's got to win 3 or 4 races in a row running, because you've only got 9 races left to try. Because if it's within 7 to 6 races left, I could say this is over. If this is the gap with 6 or 7 races to go, or sorry, 5 or 6 races to go, I will say it's over. But if this is the gap with 9 or 10 races left, there's still a chance. There's still a slim chance. But you have to win, and you have to be consistent for 3 or 4 races running. That's just my thoughts on that. Because if you're gonna have constant engine failures, if this is the start of a bad run of engine failures, then best of luck to you. And this is your season wrapped up, nipped in the bud, because you've only got a few, like I said, you've only got a few races left to figure it out. You've only got a few upgrades left, and penalties. You've got to be aware of penalties as well, because penalties could really damage limitation of the season. Could really damage limitations. And if he doesn't, how do you say it? If he does not fix what he has to fix now, it's over. I'll say it again, it's over. Fix it now, and in the coming races, you have to be on top of your game. Otherwise, sorry.
I agree with you, but I don't think it's about upgrades or penalties. What I think it's about is just.
I'm saying he has to avoid the penalties.
I mean, that's a given in a way, but I understand what that means. But I think what Lando Norris needs to do is just focus, and he just needs to embrace this whatever it takes mentality. There is literally no room for error, but I also got to perform at my brightest level, and I'm not the favorite. And Lando relishes every time he's the underdog. So he just has to channel that energy and manifest it, and see where he can go. Because next season, when the Mercedes and Aston Martin, or at least Mercedes, if they are going to fulfill their potential, it's going to be a lot difficult competing next to George Russell. And who knows? You never know. You can't write off Red Bull. I know they have a new manufacturer. I don't think they're even going to be a top 4 or 5 team. But you just never know with Max Verstappen if you give him a car within 3 to 4 tenths. And not to mention Ferrari as well.
You could still be within a shot, obviously.
Always.
Yeah, you can never count Max out. Norris was flat cut out on the throttle even when the smoke started, and you could just hear the engine cut out. To be honest with you, I actually was, when I was watching the race, I had the volume off because I was watching it on my phone. I was watching it outside. But I don't know exactly what sound. But then if this is an issue, then gotta get it sorted. Fun fact: Turtles have now crossed their finish line in the Netherlands. More points than Ferrari. Big up, Boss Up Blue. Big up to you, bro. McLaren can have messed up something building the cars. They were on edge and consistent. And so lap 65 or whatever, the car started smoking. It's definitely a Mercedes issue.
Preach. Let him cook. He's right. He's 100% right. Mercedes are the ones that supply it. And if they supply it, assuming we get new facts or information, they have to hold their hands up. And just look out. Maybe that'll be an issue for next year. Who knows?
Lance Stroll needs to be talked about. Terrible.
That he's the best driver on the grid? That he's like the one that's earned his seat more than anybody else? That he comes from a very poor working class background? Yeah, I think so. And I mean, King has posters of him in his room as well here.
He does.
No, I'm going to say something very controversial. The only way Lance Stroll loses his place if he has if he goes to the upper room.
If his dad sells the team or something.
No. If he goes to the upper room. But I don't want to say all that.
Really? So are you saying he's untouchable?
Yeah, he's untouchable. Because Lance Stroll owns that team. And he ain't going to sell it.
Mad transfer window. Spurs map. Yeah, Spurs.
Who did they sign?
Randall Colomwani.
Yeah, this window is getting strength to strength. Yeah, Liverpool gonna. I mean, if
and Xavi Simons as well. Tom Xavi Simons as well.
Spurs don't make no sense. They've got like 3 strikers now. They're fools.
Still, like it still makes them good. To be fair,
they needed wingers. They needed wingers, not strikers.
Boss of Blue. It's done, bro. Piastri looking at that 34-point lead, but even if Norris wins somehow, keyword somehow, that driver goes number 5 on the list of every F1 world champion in history, which is bottom on the whole list. I don't understand. Hold on.
Are you trying to imply that they're going to be a world champion so they'll be remembered, and whoever wins it is the weakest world champion ever? Could be both. Could be both. I mean, I know you have a comment later on, Kevin. We'll get to it about Norris saying that nobody will care about the championship in about 200 years. I agree, but I just that's his way of rationalizing and justifying it out loud. That hey, in the grand scheme of things, it's not existential. But I think
if he doesn't win it,
I think he said this a while back. But
if he put it this way, if he doesn't win it in 200 years, no one will remember his name. But they'll remember Oscar's name because he'll be on the list when you go on Wikipedia and you check world champions.
No, I think that's harsh. I think some F1 scholars, if the world is intact by then, will remember his name, King. Come on. Someone who's an F1 geek in 200 years will remember his name.
The world doesn't remember losers. They only remember winners. Remember that.
So his name will be there in the Constructors' Championship.
I don't think they'll have to worry about
propaganda.
It would just be McLaren.
I won't do that.
I don't think they'll worry about Isaac Hadjar just yet. I don't think Hadjar will push them just yet. But at the same time, he's becoming a hot prospect in this F1 grid. So he has to. So I can hear you, but at the same time, I just don't see it at this rate. I hear your point.
He rid his luck. He rid his luck, Hadjar. The right people crashed for him to get a podium.
But also it was on merit. I mean, the fourth place finish.
Finishing in the top 4 is good enough for him, anyways. And the level of his car is top four was his ceiling, and I can't lie, he surpassed that ceiling with obviously the luck on his side.
Yeah. But great driver, rookie of the year.
I mean, what's next? My bet Stroll next DWC. Sorry.
Fly the day that Stroll ever wins a world title.
Massa. Sorry. Go on, Gusty. Sorry.
No, I think it was the boss of the blue who said that he'll bet on Lance Stroll.
Yeah,
I think it's a very safe bet. Do it, cash in. I'd put your house on it as well.
Massa, Barrichello, Ricardo, Moss, Gillis, Villeneuve. Sorry,
Villeneuve,
LSC, Berger, Coulthard, all guys who missed out on winning F1 World Championship usurps them all by winning it.
He does. Great names, great drivers over there. But as I said, I'll say it again. For people in the back, history only remembers the winners.
That's true.
Unless you're a scholar or a historian.
Regulations start going next year. So I guess what you're saying?
Unless you're a scholar or a historian, history will remember more than the winners. But obviously, you won't only win. I'm just making a joke.
No, like even some losers had some wins before they lost. You know what I mean?
I could go on about NBA as well. By the way, I could go on about NBA because there's a lot of players who haven't won championships that are remembered for what they've done and the impact that they've made.
Your favorite player ever?
Who?
AI, right?
Yeah, but he's remembered what he did off the court.
What are you talking about?
AI. I mean, he'll be a kid's favorite player in 50 years. AI will definitely be a kid's favorite player.
No, because I'm pretty sure someone else is using the AI will be
Guys,
AI remember.
Someone in the chat get my joke. Come on, don't fly over.
About artificial intelligence. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about that AI.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
I understand you.
I robot on that.
Man says Logan Sargent's a bum. Is he a bum? Do you think?
Who?
Logan Sargent.
I don't know who you're talking about. I can't remember that name.
What about him? He's a good driver.
Yeah.
American.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't recognize that name.
Land of the
I
free.
erased it from my memory.
I agree with you, bro. Verstappen is just elite. His elite mindset is just too good to get past. He's been unbelievable this past year, even though his car.
The best driver ever.
Yeah, but he knows what the back of the McLaren looks like, though.
Yo, if someone clipped that out of context, King just admitted Max is the best driver ever.
No, he just said he knows the back of he knows the back.
I know.
Yeah.
Latifi, Mazepin, and Sargent need to come back to F1. They're great drivers. I don't think so.
We missed them.
To be honest,
Come on,
Mazepin
your
was
ass.
unlucky because he got kicked out.
Maybe Nikita Mazepin, to be fair, should come back.
He was unlucky. He got kicked out because Russian.
Akivan, if you build a team, please bring them back. They have both. He has both hands.
F1 racing.
Mazepin actually paid for the car that he got kicked out of, wasn't it? I swear, it was Marussia.
It was Shumi and him both came through sponsorships.
If Oscar P2, they sit. If Oscar's P2, will they make him sit?
Wait, what?
I don't understand that question.
I think it's talking about Lando.
Wait, if Oscar is P2,
I think it's talking about Lando.
Are you saying they would swap positions?
Maybe.
No, they don't.
I don't know. Yo, I don't think Boss of the Boot, I don't think Luke Shaw drinks water. I think he drinks something else.
True, he doesn't. Norris head ain't built to close this gap. All he said in the interview yesterday was, I want to go have a burger.
Good for him, man. Enjoy that time off 1 week.
Yeah, honestly, he deserves that time off, man. He's been, I feel his pain, bro. That was not.
Wait, well, who's that random man who said that? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Of course, he's soft. I told you. He is SHWFT soft.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand why though. I mean, yesterday it was really not his fault. His car completely let him down, bro. His car completely.
Nah, man. I might talk about I want to go eat a burger. Nah, he should go back to training and get that win next week.
Luke Shaw and Lando Norris, we will be there.
They've got enough time to train.
Yo,
that's talking about food. No, he should be back in the training, back in the dojo.
Guys, Lando Norris, Luke Shaw, Zion Williamson, we will be there. We will be there.
He needs to be putting out Instagram montages of his training. That's what he needs to be doing.
But we
with
have
the rocky music in the background.
What, so he should be Joshua piercing it, PRing it.
Yeah, exactly. PRing it to the hell.
Bro, I'm Sonny Hayes.
With Lando time, he'll do better. But every time, everything time goes something goes wrong for him, whether it's a mistake or not. It's not all Lando's fault that his car is not the best. I think that, like I said at the start of the year, I think they're trying to prioritize Oscar more this year.
Yeah, I mean, keep your theory. You might be right because I don't think anyone else is saying it. Just keep the theory. It's not.
No, I am. Don't worry. I am. I'm keeping it.
That's not a theory. There is no number one driver. They're both fighting to be the number one driver, and Lando's losing that race.
King. But logically, whether you agree or disagree, that's why it's a theory, right? Because
Yeah.
It's
a very terrible theory. The real theory is Lando is soft. The real ones no.
Strategy error in Monaco, big point swings to miss to usurp Verstappen.
Yeah.
He had the car, man. He had the car back then, man. He had the car,
but Leclerc is also soft as well.
Russell never had a world championship contending car until 2026. Yes, I am a leaker.
Hey, random man, keep quiet, man, because don't leak the script to them. Come on.
Norris had this car for 1.5, 1.75 seasons. One 7 quarter season. Sorry, one quarter to 2 seasons. My bad.
Yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
My bad.
I'm trying to figure out how to say it too.
To be honest, it's like a season. It's been a season of McLaren dominance, and Norris has been dominant.
But we got transfer deadline soon, bro. I gotta get there soon.
Isn't the Bundesliga deadline passed?
Huh?
Yeah, I think so. The Premier League finishes at 7 as well.
I think Bundesliga's deadline has elapsed.
No, deadline's in like 5 hours, I think.
No, usually Bundesliga shut in the evening, afternoon to evening. I think Bundesliga is gone.
Deadline day slams shots at 7 p.m. in an hour.
Okay.
Oh, for that? Oh wow, they extended
for
it.
the Premier League.
Wait, what? The Premier League shots that early?
Yeah.
Bro. We haven't got a midfield. We haven't got a midfielder in yet. Fucking hell.
1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour left. No one's doing nothing.
Yeah, no one's doing that. Just try and bid for Baleba one more time at least with Chelsea anyway.
He ain't coming, man. He ain't got the money. He ain't got the facilities.
Who said we haven't got the money, bro? We just sold 2 players today. We have money.
Yo, Ekman took that so personally, King.
Who said we don't have money? We just sold 2 players. We just sold 2 players today. Of course.
Yeah, King. How dare you, bro? How dare you blaspheme United finances?
Are capable of winning the World Championship. We always find a way to mess it up. No, I don't think this is Norris's fault. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
a lot of what's happening this year is not his fault, man.
Most of it is. 90% of it is. Though.
More than not, yes.
He's only able to race in the limit that his car has.
His car's the best car on the grid. He's been a bum for most races.
I 100% disagree with you, bro.
That's why he's second. That's why he's second to the real champion, the world champion, Oscar Piastri, Australia. That's what we do, mate. That's what we do, mate. We win championships.
Oscar's car is well faster. You can see it on most races. It's well faster than what we're seeing right now. Well faster.
They got the same car. What do you mean well faster?
Well, I agree because this is the year they're prioritizing Oscar.
They don't prioritize, man. If they were gonna prioritize someone, it would be Lando because he's the main guy's love child, the American Don.
I disagree, bro. They're prioritizing.
The Americans go, oh, I love Lando. I always love Lando. Oh, Lando's my favorite.
No, the picture Oscar DNS. I can't see Oscar DNSing every race. Every single lap last year, he won't be able to have engine failures or go over a gap that doesn't exist like Norris in Montreal. He will be on the ball from now until Abu Dhabi.
I hope he's not on the ball. I hope he's
the ball's in his court to go and win 7 races in a row.
And also he has balls of steel as well. I think he'll be fine.
Augusti about to rule the world if Ferrari get on with it next season, bro.
Who says I already don't rule the world? I'm kidding.
True. Did you see Norris say nobody will care about 2025 Formula One world champion in 200 years? That pissed me off. He doesn't care about F1 that much, even after his dad spent $44 million on the seat.
Yep, we addressed this. Yeah, we addressed this.
Yeah, man. Loser mentality.
I watched the replay on the channel full volume, just the engine cut out. That's why he stopped on track. Okay, fair enough.
You can hear that pop, bro.
Fair enough, bro.
And the gas on the...
These got rid of Nana. We're winning 21. We'll see.
Oh yeah, possibly.
Yeah, weakest world champion in history. Augusta 34 in history. Now this year they'll be 35. So Piastri's rock bottom of the whole list. Yep. It's true though. He's not wrong. I think this is the weakest champion in probably forever.
Look, no, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not Sebastian Vettel. I don't know every world champion off heart, but I think he's definitely towards the lower tier. Like in the 21st century, he's not better than Schumacher. He's not better than Hamilton. He's not better than Verstappen. He's not. I mean, Jenson Button. That's up to you if you want to make that case.
Oh no, he's definitely better than Jenson.
I think there's a case to be made there. Absolutely,
he's better than Jenson. He's better than Nico.
I think there's a case to be made. I would take Nico, but on pure pace, Kimi Räikkönen, you can make the case. I would take Kimi. I would take Fernando. I would take Sebastian Vettel over him. But for sure, he is on the lower tier. I agree with you.
To be honest, it's a bit disrespectful because you don't know how his career is going to go.
Yo, King, what you going to do? You're going to crucify him?
Exactly.
Because Oscar Piastri, well, if Oscar Piastri wins this world championship, it's his 3rd season.
King, you have bigger problems than Oscar Piastri. Read your comment, man.
What did he say?
The kingdom is falling apart. People are revolting. The masses want out. What are you gonna do, King?
Random man. Hey, listen. When it's all said and done, the Australian's gonna be better than your favorite driver, mate. Because that's what you do. Oscar Piastri season champion.
That is so
after his 3rd season.
King.
That is so poorly attempted, by the
way. King. 1 second. Fact check. Actually, this guy's Random Man legend. He's been backing you up on the Oscar stuff.
Australia.
So
big up Random Man.
I don't know if that was a good response, King.
Big up Random Man. Big up Random Man.
Basically, Random Man. I'll translate. the more you disrespect and blaspheme King, he'll remove you from his kingdom, right?
I don't have a kingdom. I do not have a kingdom. What I do have is
You have a queen?
an admiration for Oscar Piastri, and I think
No,
he's going to be a
King.
great champion.
King,
He's going to be a
you have
great champion.
you have a kingdom. Enlighten the masses where your
Oscar,
kingdom is,
bring
where they
the
can.
wall.
Hey, one second. I don't interrupt that, Kevin. You'll agree with me on this one. Good. You'll say it's a good segue. King, you do have a kingdom. Can you tell the people where to find your kingdom?
Yeah, find your
Oh
kingdom.
no, I don't want you to find my kingdom, but it's on African King Academy is my channel. We also do not Kick Sauber, but Rumble. We do politics, authentic world analysis. We also do that, but you
Two
know,
house. Yeah.
I'll say, listen, I'll say this: Oscar's probably one of the worst champions, but doesn't
No,
make him a bad driver.
Even if Lando wins it, he's one of the worst champions. I'll be honest with you. I don't
Yeah.
think these two drivers, if they win, are up there with one of the best drivers you possibly see.
But a lot of the recent champions have been dominant. That's the thing.
I think you can compare Max Verstappen for sure, but you can't put Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris in that bracket just yet. They've just only got started. If
Max is 110% among at the top of the
Max
bracket.
Verstappen
Like,
is the fourth best. Max Verstappen is arguably the fourth best champion of all time.
well, I mean, objectively, if you're gonna go by the numbers, then yeah, I think his average, his race winning ratio percentage is up there. Yeah, not just wins.
He's not the best, but he's up there with one of the best.
No, I mean, we've had this conversation. I think that greatest of all time and best of all time is different. Max is not my greatest of all time. You'd probably put Hamilton, Schumacher, Senna above him, but best, I think you can make the case that him and Senna are the two most instinctive drivers ever, but different.
No, I'll put Lewis up there in terms of instinctive.
I think peak Lewis. I think like
Senna and Lewis.
I think, but the problem is, I don't think we've seen, but King, I don't think we've seen peak Lewis. I don't think we've seen peak Lewis in some time. It's been a long time. I feel like McLaren Lewis, actually, we've seen a lot of peak Lewis there. You know, like 08, for example, dunking 1 minute on the rest of the pack in Britain. Like winning by a minute is crazy. All the way to 2018 was also good. It was peak Lewis against Seb.
Leclerc. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, I would still take Senna and Max as my two most instinctive drivers. But Lewis is up there.
Leclerc P5 was 0.5 seconds faster per lap than Hadjar, who was in P4, and somehow they still kept him behind, not be able to perform a lunge down to turn 1. Leclerc's overtake was amazing, by the way, on George Russell. That was an amazing overtake.
But to your point, Random Man, you're right. And I think in the cool-down room, Hadjar did talk about later.
He still had a faster car than Hadjar. Like I said, it depended on the conditions, right?
But also late braking, Hadjar mastered that really, really well. So shut the door. Shut that door.
Vince Carter, T-Mac, Karl Malone, all known though. Why did they win? They didn't win World Championship. There's no other guys as well known for not winning the ring. Yeah, so you're
well. Let me correct you. I don't know if Karl Malone is known.
Carmelo Anthony as well.
But Random Man, I'm not sure Karl Malone is known for winning a ring, like not winning a ring. I feel like Karl Malone is known for different reasons. Yeah. No comment on what those reasons are.
Verstappen 2.5 seconds.
Wait, King, what are you laughing at?
Second sector. I believe he's the fastest.
I know what you're talking about.
Verstappen, the fastest driver in history.
If you've seen the video of
yes.
I don't know if he's the fastest driver in history.
Yes, I Random Man, I'm with you. I think he is. I think when people look back at it retrospectively, see what he's done in an inferior car. I mean, the fact that he, as you said, 2/10 of that rocket ship in a car that's on the periphery of the top 4. I mean, it's nuts. It's actually nuts.
This is peak 08 to 21.
No, I don't think so.
You can't blame a driver on the basis of the era he's racing in. True. You can't. That is true. You have to go according to their era. If you're racing in Michael Schumacher's era, because also don't forget, it's not just them. It's the limitations that they have to go up against as well. It's the new regulations that they go up against as well. Max Verstappen has his regulations. Lewis Hamilton had his regulations prior to different set of eras, different set of champions. You know what I'm trying to say? Every champion had a different set of regulations as well.
But guys,
who had the fastest? You know what I mean? Because don't forget Schumacher's engine. He had a different engine. Hamilton, Verstappen, they've all raced in different types of engines. hard to really compare and say, oh, this car was faster than the other. They get faster every year. Let's just be honest with you. Every car gets faster every year. There's more technology. There's better technology nowadays than it was back then to create a better engine and to create a better environment for drivers. You know what I'm trying to say? It's easier now than it was back then. If you know what I'm talking about, it's easier to come up with a better set of.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
Not every year does it get faster. Sometimes it gets slower because obviously before they used to have louder, more oily based engines. Now they're moving towards the.
Started cutting, bro. I mentioned the limitations and I mentioned the regulations as well.
No, it's not that. It's that they went towards more electric engines, so that's why it made it slower. Or smaller engines as well. So there was some seasons there where it went the Formula 1 went slower.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But now
the technology is a lot more, definitely, and it's a lot easier. It's probably a lot easier to drive than it was back in the day, because back in the day it was probably just based on the actual just driver rather than the car has a more influence in terms of how good you can drive as well.
But isn't it electric now? Because back
then, they had gas guzzlers. They didn't care. They didn't care about environment back in the day.
Because Schumacher's car, you had to refuel almost every single pit stop.
They stopped refueling because of the accidents that. Yeah, the hybrid. Hybrid in 2014.
Yeah, this one, 2013 cars. Yeah. Hybrid was introduced in 2014. Yeah, there you go. You go.
And
every year the car gets faster. How long Williams been in this game, bro? Must have been some rubbish engineers. Williams has looked good. Williams has looked a lot faster, though. I can't lie to you. Williams has looked a lot better. I think strategically, and I think just their car in general to look a lot better as well. You know what I mean? Like, overall, I think when the new regulations come, we shall see how they pan out, because they still have good drivers. Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz. These two drivers are still very, very good drivers. They could bring the best out of Williams next year. Williams, Aston Martin, they'll be there or thereabouts next year. But like I said, we shall see how these guys are gonna race.
Okay, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
To your point, and which I 110% agree with, but it's not just that. It's not just technically there are differences every year, and obviously across sports, with modern day sports science, with technology, with research, with the advancements that are nuts. We are developing more in the last 20 years than we have for the first 400,000 or God knows how long of human history. So I think the other thing is when it comes to F1 specifically, I don't know why I talked about human history. The races, the calendars are different. Mentality-wise, it's different, right? Like, and the point system is completely different to what it was. There are 24 races a calendar year this year. 30 years ago, there were probably 10. So there's differences in terms of rest, recovery, recuperation. It's a whole different sport. That's why when you talk about the best versus the greatest argument, I think the best means pure ability, peak and pure ability. That's why, as Random Man said, I edge it towards someone like Max Verstappen and Ayrton Senna, for example. But when it's the greatest, you compare yourself to how you did in that era in terms of accomplishments, in terms of apex, prime, career, and impact as well. So, yeah, I just think when it comes to sports, there is no universal truth on who is the greatest of all time or best of all time. You just have to have a set of metrics that you've defined. And Ekevin, as you're right, when Formula One, it is different, completely different in terms of machinery and how the cars are developed. And King, you're also right about speed. We actually aren't getting progressively quicker every year. There are still some lap records from when the Mercedes were in their era of dominance, right? Like Lewis Hamilton and Bottas still have some track records. So you're right. But next year, I think we're expected to be by far head and shoulders the fastest car, right?
Yeah, it's meant to be a lot quicker next year, definitely.
And that's not an advertisement for Head and Shoulders, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though I use them for my hair.
Exactly. There's no time off, but take this week to reevaluate yourself and to look at what happened, to reflect on what happened, because how you can sort of manage your engine better.
Have a burger.
Huh?
Have a burger. Lando, have a burger this week.
Man said have a burger.
Wait, you guys disagree with Lewis was peak 08 to 21?
Yeah, I did. I talk about it. I disagree. I think Lewis's peak, parts of that, obviously most of it was during that time. Actually, all of it was during that time, but not for the entirety. I think there were spells where Lewis Hamilton was underwhelming. There are years that he won the championship that he wasn't as good as years he didn't win the championship. Like 2021, for example, the back end of 2021, maybe peak Lewis Hamilton ever. 2008, his early McLaren days. I mean, Lewis was rapid before Formula One and coming into Formula One, but there were times when he, like 2020, for example, he wasn't like his dominance was unparalleled. But prime Lewis Hamilton may have outperformed the car even more. So
Yeah, it's difficult because he was in the best car for those years. But yeah, I think for the most part he was the best driver during that period of time. I don't think no one could touch him during that period.
Oh no. Let me clarify. Yeah, 100%. I think from the moment he won his championship, he's been the best driver with the exception of Sebastian Vettel as well in between, or Fernando Alonso with 2012. But I meant Lewis's peak. I think was early on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're right, man. Man, you are on a mad one today because I agree with your latest comment.
Put Alonso in that car versus Piastri. He leaps Piastri to win the world championship. Don't write off 44-year-old Alonso. He had the head to beat Schumacher. Of course, he can beat Piastri in the MCL 39.
Easy, light work.
It's not even close, bro. It's not even up for debate, bro. Trust me. It's
a debate, but it's like a very quick one.
Yeah.
What, Alonso in the same car would beat Piastri?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely would.
There's some comments I think I missed out on. Let me just get through it real quick, yeah. Whoever wins the World Drivers' Championship this year should be the number one world driver. Should be the number one driver.
No, I think next. I mean, obviously, like you'll get subconscious boost, but like, no, I just don't think you need to have a number one driver at McLaren. I don't think you need that. That is what's going to cause more friction than anything else.
If Oscar was P2, would they switch it to benefit Oscar, showing favoritism? Question wasn't understood, y'all, because y'all behind on chat. Oh, sorry, mate, sorry.
Wait, where?
Also, Blue was saying that to the previous question he was trying to ask when
Put the comment up. I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
No, it's far behind already. That's why it's far behind already. I can't find it on StreamYard. You have to bring it up on YouTube comments. So yeah, what he was trying to say was. What he was trying to say was hold on, let me try and find it right here. Apologies,
yeah, random man. While he finds it, I see your recent comments about Alonso, but that's that's the tragedy of his career, right? His 50-50. I mean that maybe is the difference between Lewis and Alonso, because sorry, go on.
No, finish first. Finish your point first.
Because Lewis was the one that made the most courageous and toughest decision, right? He left McLaren, an established constructor, to join Mercedes. It was a Hail Mary. And he got that 50-50 right, whereas Fernando Alonso, throughout his career, he keeps failing to, I guess, pick the correct 50-50s here. But even then, King, and I think you would agree with me on here, pure pace-wise, I think Lewis is better than Alonso. Peak Lewis is better than Fernando. And decisions-wise, better. Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis was the best of his generation. So Alonso, Vettel, whatever name you put in that generation, he was the number one dog.
I think what Hamilton did in F3 in 2006, what he did there dunking, I think he won 15 of 20 races. Let me try fact checking. Or King, are you searching it up?
Yeah, I'll search up Lewis Hamilton.
I think he won like 15 of 20 races, and he was in there against people like Sebastian Vettel, I think maybe Rosberg was, I'm not sure, but there were some high-level names. Nelson Piquet Jr. That was peak Lewis, young Lewis. As a racer, yeah, I mean, 11 points off being a 5-time world champion. I mean, you're right. I mean, Rafa Nadal would say there are no ifs in sport at all. but I think context is important because he could easily be a 10-time champ if it wasn't for mechanical failures, and obviously Abu Dhabi.
So the question was, if Oscar was P2,
Yeah, he won 15.
would they switch it?
W knowledge for me for a second. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, if Oscar was P2, would they switch it to benefit Oscar, showing favoritism?
Wait, what?
Listen, there is no favoritism in McLaren. That's the one team that doesn't do that.
Yep.
I mean, the only one that really does it is Red Bull.
Ooh, Random Man, good comment. It says peak pace Hamilton 07 and hold on, we can show it actually.
No, bro. I don't like missing out comments, bro. I really don't like missing comments. Bro. Big up to you guys for real, for commenting in the chat. I don't like missing comments. That's always been my thing. I always like to read out every single comment as long as it's related to the topic and as long as it's related to my channel as well. So yeah, but big up to you guys for putting it in the chat as well, man.
Kevin, can you just if you can show Random Man's most recent comment?
Yeah, we'll do.
Because I was in the middle of it.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Because I want to know what King also makes of that comment.
Malaysia being his first win. Pete Hamilton 2007, as you could say, his wins in Malaysia. His teammates won the WDC twice in a row. Immovable Alonso, this points tally is the same as come the end of the year.
Yes.
In the World Drivers' Championship at one point. Malaysia being his first Grand Prix win. Alonso, imagine he stayed at McLaren for 10 years since leaving in 2018 and man the progression, all the sponsors, staff changes, teammate with Norris.
Preach.
That would have been a good duo to watch, Alonso and Lando Norris. I can't lie. That would be very competitive. He being this rocket ship. Exactly, bro. I agreed. But he left to go race in WEC for 2 years, won the WEC championship once, won Le Mans twice, but said in an interview he still dreams of third Formula One world championship.
Adrian Newey, you're right there, brother.
Don't see it happening, to be honest. 11 points off being a 5-time world champion, tied with...
Oh, sorry. My bad. I don't know why. I'm not even dyslexic. When I saw 11 points off being a 5-time world champion, I thought you were talking about Lewis Hamilton. That's why I went on that Hamilton thing about Abu Dhabi and mechanical failures. Because Hamilton, I think, is also, 15 points off being an 11-time world champion. So, yeah, my bad.
Peak pace, Hamilton in the fastest car in 2007, Alonso in 2012, third fastest car on that metric, pure peak pace. I'll take Alonso. He carried a rubbish as Ferrari F 2012 to 3 points off a world championship, and he was robbed of a world championship because his team messed him up, as per usual.
I would love to hear King real quick. I just say I understand this, and I think it is 100% a valid position to take because that was one of the best carry jobs in Formula One history. Fernando Alonso's defending as well is probably among the best ever, if not the best. But I would still take Lewis Hamilton. As I was saying, I think young Lewis Hamilton, that peak pace was almost unstoppable. It was unprecedented, and what he did, in F3, dunking on everybody else, all the way to F1, 08, some of the most iconic, the margins as well. So I would take Hamilton, and you could even but my peak Hamilton would be that or back end of 2021. I don't think anything but a manipulation of the rules was stopping Lewis Hamilton from winning that championship. So I think that version of Lewis Hamilton would beat anybody else in history. But King, who do you have? Fernando.
I guess I got the real knowledge.
Thank you.
But put it this way: Hamilton and Alonso were in the same car, and Hamilton won. There's no more. There's nothing more we need to say. We saw them in the same car. Hamilton was a rookie in his first couple of years. Alonso was a seasoned veteran, 2-time world champion, and he lost to him. And if it wasn't for McLaren not making the right decisions in Hamilton's first season, he would have been a world champion in his first season. Because that's how good Hamilton is. So let's not have these debates with Hamilton and Alonso. It's not a debate. It's not even close.
I agree with you, but I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. Ceteris paribus. keeping things constant. That season, as much as I agree Hamilton was more impressive, absolutely, no doubt about that, it wasn't the most, I guess, balanced season in terms of circumstances. There was a lot of controversy on both ends of the spectrum. And in terms of pure ability, Alonso's had better seasons, and Hamilton's probably also had better seasons.
Yes, Random Man's got the knowledge, bro. Big up to you for coming to the chat with a lot of knowledge, bro. I love it.
I'll put it this way: there's no one in history that, for me, that can compete with Hamilton at his best. The closest one to him would probably be Senna. That's the only man that I could say beat him over a season at his best. That's the only man I would say that above Hamilton in one season. Not Alonso, not Vettel, not Verstappen. Only Senna.
I think Verstappen, modern day Verstappen with this mentality has the potential to do it. I think Schumacher animosity would be a problem, but today modern day Max, I feel like given the car, he does have the mental stability to hang in there.
No, I don't think he does. And when they did compete with each other, Verstappen was using all sorts of dirty tactics and should have been DQ'd. And Hamilton should have won that title when they were going head to head the last year.
No, but how I break down that title is Max had the better year, but Hamilton won the title.
No, I'm talking about the one Max's first title.
Yeah, no. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Max had the better year. He won the more races. He got the more poles. He got the more podiums. But Hamilton should have won the title. By the rule, he should have won the title. I would say
it shouldn't have gone down to the last race. But based on the behavior of Max and the dirtiness, if it wasn't for the halo, Hamilton wouldn't be here today. That's the truth of it. And he got away with it again and again throughout that season. So for me, there is no guy that can compete with Hamilton unless his name is Senna. And that's the truth of it all. If you want to say whatever name you want to say, cool, that's your opinion. But yeah, let's be honest here. There's a reason why he could have been a 10 times world champion. He's won 7. Maybe Schumacher as well could be up there. He's probably 3rd place, and then you go Max, and then you go maybe Vettel. But then also people would go Fangio if they saw him in that time, and other people. But for me, of the people that I saw, which was out of the people I saw in my lifetime, Hamilton is the best. And I'm a Ferrari fan. I loved Schumacher. He was my hero. He was my goat. But for me, Hamilton is for me in this from 2000 to 2025. He is the greatest. He is the best for me.
Finish your last point because I do have to wrap up. I do have to go for my other show as well. Don't forget.
For me, but I understand if people have other positions because there are people that like Verstappen. There are people that like Alonso or Schumacher.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate again, and I think Ran the Man will agree with me. You say Max Verstappen's antics are a problem, right? Are the main obstacle and hurdle?
Yes.
Senna, the guy you said that could compete with Hamilton. Senna is obviously known to be the most clean driver, right?
No, but that's the difference. That...
I'm just saying, like, put it into perspective. I feel like
Joe, aka Halo, so save those guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Hamilton's so great, because he was the only one that wasn't dirty.
The Halo might be the best thing to ever be invented in F1, honestly.
Yeah. 110%.
The reason why Hamilton is so great because he was the only one that didn't need to be dirty.
Yeah, but I would say Max probably has more stability than even Ayrton Senna, because Ayrton Senna has committed some of the most heinous war crimes to win championships.
Maybe, but we saw what Max did this season. He did purposely crash into something. So imagine if he was in those cars back in the day, what he would be doing. You have to take this into consideration because the cars are more safe. The recklessness isn't as big. Because if Max was this reckless in that era, he wouldn't be here no more. That's the difference. That's the difference. R.I.P. Senna, but that's the difference. Max wouldn't be here. Some of these young drivers, the way they drive today, would not be here if they did it in those eras. Because there was no room for that. There was no room for that.
But by that logic, Schumacher and Senna wouldn't be in this era either.
Read the book, The Secrets of F1 Pit Lane by former McLaren mechanic.
So yeah,
Mark.
but to be honest, Schumacher, some of the stuff that Schumacher did was disgusting. I would tell you that outright. That's why I don't have him up there. And the only reason I have Senna up there is because of his pure ability. That's it. His pure ability outweighs his antics for me compared to the others. But I would say that Hamilton is the best because he never had to do any of that.
No, I agree with you on Hamilton. Hamilton's my goat, but I have to agree. I 100% agree with you, Random Man. I just sorry, go on.
No, I guess finish your point. Then I'll let King go.
I just think the standards we use for Max and his dirty antics, we don't apply that same proportion to the likes of Senna or Schumacher either.
Oh no, no,
but
all dirty. They're all three of them are dirty, and that's the reason why Hamilton's better than them. He's the only one that had to be dirty. That's the thing. That's the difference maker. Hamilton was great because he's great. But Max dirty, Schumacher dirty, Senna dirty. That stops them from being greater than Hamilton. That's why Hamilton is on a different level because he didn't have to do that. Even when he was up against Alonso and stuff that he used to, or Rosberg that season, the animosity, he didn't do it then. Even when Max was doing what he was doing, he didn't do it then. So reality, Hamilton is the only great world champion never to be that dirty, and maybe Kimi, and shout out to Kimi as well.
I mean, Hamilton's had his fair share of incidents as well, King. He's just not as dirty as the other three, but he has had his incidents as well. Yeah, exactly. Random Man in the chat on cue. Hamilton, Rosberg in Spain. Some would say Hamilton's not exonerated from the incidents in 2021 either. Some I would say he is, some he isn't. So they're all dirty.
They hate
being honest.
They hate
but
losing.
I would listen. It's perspective really. If we took out, let's say, the dirtiness of all the drivers, Senna probably would be number one, Hamilton, and then Schumacher number 2, 3, and then Verstappen. I'd still put those three above Verstappen for me. But Verstappen can prove to be better because his career hasn't finished.
But Verstappen beats him in both. I don't know about that, to be honest.
I think he does. I think Verstappen across a race, give me Senna. Across the season, give me Verstappen. That's how I'm doing it.
Do it for a whole season. But if you want consistency, if you want just pure winning, Schumacher. If you want pace, if you want mentality, Verstappen across the whole season.
Max will win across the season, but Senna would probably win in a race.
Strategically, Schumacher. This guy won a race. This guy won a race, yeah, with 4 or 5 pit stops. Let's not take the piss here. 4 or 5 pit stops in one race is crazy. Nobody's ever done that in the history of this F1 aside from him. That is mental. Like mental to even win a race with 4 stops. Like, let's not, guys. What are we doing here? 4 and 5 pit stops.
Yeah.
That's mental, bro. Come on. Eddie Jordan put Verstappen, Schumacher, and Senna in the same car. Verstappen beats him in both, and it was a team honor in both guys in this car. Fair enough.
I think Nico Rosberg, if I'm not mistaken, Nico Rosberg called Max Verstappen the greatest talent as well.
Yeah.
So I think that I could be mistaken.
Yeah, but Rosberg doesn't like Hamilton anyway, so.
I mean, he said Hamilton's his GOAT.
Oh, well, he's just playing for the camera. That fool.
Williams killed Senna. Go read the conspiracy theory. It wasn't Senna's fault. Cornering at 190 miles per hour. That was the normal speed to take the corner that was steep. All fell apart. Okay.
I've heard a bit about it. I will read into it. Thank you for sharing me. I do wonder motives and incentives, though.
Conspiracy theory, like what you said.
For sure. It's worth checking out.
No integrity.
Yes, and as Random said, Jensen Button also called him that. Yeah. Actually, guys, I don't want to interrupt real quick.
No,
Niki Lauda himself said that. Niki Lauda, the man who had both Schumacher and Hamilton in the same century, said that Max Verstappen's the greater talent. He said this in 2016. He said Max Verstappen is the talent of the century.
Yeah, Button called this one as well, as Random Man was saying.
Good man, Jensen.
Spain wasn't about Hamilton being dirty. I could maybe go back to 2021 and maybe look at the one incident that Hamilton was kind of dirty, but it wasn't really his fault. I think Max forced him into do it. I think Maxim forced him into trouble.
Wait, what are we talking about?
There was one race, I think it was Silverstone, that I think he and Max Verstappen had a crash.
Yeah, 2021.
First start of the race.
Yeah,
So
but you know why that happened? It was because of Max. Max didn't want to.
Yeah,
Max didn't want to give up space.
Yep.
Max didn't want to give up space, and
that's
then
the one
it
thing
forced him to crash.
He's a very
agree with
reckless driver. He's a very reckless driver. Nothing you can do about it. He tries everything to get in front. He tries.
There was a reason he was called Crash Stappen early in his career. Like, come on.
Bro, that man said Crash Stappen. You know, that's crazy.
Hamilton's never had that kind of slander name, so I'm telling you. But yeah, listen. They're all great drivers. They're all great drivers. So no disrespect to any of them.
Yeah. The fact that we're having this conversation is complete respect to all of them.
Yeah,
like
that's the top 5 right there. I think. Senna, Verstappen, Schumacher.
Oh, Spain 2016. Okay,
Hamilton.
I wasn't really watching.
Though?
Yeah, I think they're the 4 horsemen. 5th, you could say Fangio. 5th, you could, I don't know. 5th, you could say whoever. Maybe.
Yeah.
Senna was getting to big Formula 1, 3-time World Drivers' Championship at that point. The fastest car that won the constructors gave minutes to charity. They had to kill him off.
But random man, let me ask you, what would be the motive and incentive? Like,
guys, also finish. I do have to bounce. I do have to go next.
Sorry.
No. Finish your last points, please.
Did Williams do this covertly? Like, I'll have to read the theory, of course, but did Williams do this covertly with the approval of like Formula One, the governing body? Like, what was this about? Was this just a covert action out of envy? Was there any monetary gain? Did it benefit them? Like, it's just a lot of things to discuss. But thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
It would have changed if he was still going on for a longer. It would change the conversation we're having right now. Yeah, probably could have changed them.
Yeah, either way could have gone either way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and big up to Alan Prost as well. Forget about that Frenchman. He's always forgotten.
He braked check pedal and coup. Frank Williams immediately burnt the car the second it came to his house from the Italian authorities. Hamilton in Austria took out Nico. Nico won World Championship. Which one? Nico Rosberg.
Yeah, not Hulkenberg. Not yet.
Of course, Nico.
Hang on.
Man just got podium a few years ago. But anyways, guys, I do have to go because I have a show literally with Josh and Jack. So make sure you guys tune in. I'll be back for the Premier League weekend review, and for the transfer deadline day recap as well. So guys, I'm gonna get through the comments real quick, and I'm gonna close out. If there was competition and FIA bias, Lewis has proved that he's only one of the goats to lose a set. And I love Max Schumacher and Senna, but right, okay, fair enough, bro, fair enough. Let me just quickly see if I missed anything else. I read this one already, didn't I?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, quickly, big up to Fosi, Bossa Blue, Random Man. I love the comments as well. I love the talk we had.
You guys.
All of you guys, you people, Jay Jones as well. Everyone who's just put their own thoughts as well. But yeah, no. Listen, there's no right answer, wrong answer.
Yeah,
it's just the love of the sport.
You already have my IG. I'll send it to you, bro. I'll send it to you on IG. You already have my IG, bro. Big up to you, man. Just send me a message me, and I'll message you back. Message me, I'll message you back, bro.
It's 28_AAB. 28_AAB.
I'll send it to my Insta. Don't worry.
Cool.
I already have him on Insta. Don't worry. I'll message him.
And all of you guys, as King said, every single one of you in the chat, super knowledgeable, super articulate. Great to have you guys over here. And yeah, Kevin, enjoy a few minutes to go.
28_AB, isn't it?
Yes.
But anyways, guys, I will be back in literally a few minutes, so I'll see you guys on my other show. Yeah, make sure you guys sub to African King Academy, and the links in the title. I'll be back for the Premier League review show and the transfer deadline day recap for the final few minutes of the deadline. So we're just going to see if there's any transfers at the last minute at the deadline. But also, I'm one sub away from 425. If you guys could sub, that'd be fantastic. Any comments that I missed out, guys? Please do leave your comments that I've missed out in the comment section of the video, because I feel bad for missing out your comments, yeah. And I really want you guys to entertain us in the chat and in the comments. So make sure you guys leave it in the comments if I've missed out your comment. And appreciate you guys being here. I really do. And yeah, that's really all we have. I think I'm not right this one yet, I think. Okay, but I'll have a look at that in a minute, bro. I'll have a watch the Senate film. But guys, see you in a few minutes. We're out, people. Take care.
Love in the chat.
Let's go.
Lakers in 5.